Hello and welcome to Dear Love Talk. And you know, sometimes you need a longer kind of advice. You need a good chat. Sometimes you just need like a quick answer. Listen, what do you think? Do you think I should do this or that? And someone tells you, and it helps, right?
Yes.
And that's what this show is. It's that quick advice that you need.
Yeah, so if you've got any questions on your mind, maybe you don't know what to do, you are engaged or you are alone, you don't know what to do, or you are curious about something that is happening and you want someone's advice. So email us on questions@lovetalkshow.tv.
That's right. So we're going to go for the first question of today's show. It says, I've been wondering if women always have to wait for men to make the first move, or if there is a way a woman can show interest in a man without looking desperate. Great question. So I take that this question is from a woman. Now, you know, going back to the 50s and the 30s, you know, it used to be always the gentleman who would approach the woman and say, would you like to have some tea? Or I don't know what the catch-up phrase at that time was.
Oh yeah, they would drop the
handkerchief. That's right. But usually the guy would make the first move. However, we have to say, Elena, that the woman can make a move without necessarily speaking. She can flutter her eyelids. She can just look a little bit different, right?
I guess so. There are ways of doing that. There are ways of showing the person that you are interested without having to, you know, look cheap, if you know what I mean, or like, oh, you know,
Absolutely.
I'm here, I'm up for grabs kind of thing. So there are ways, polite ways, and very, you know,
subtle ways.
Yeah, subtle ways to do it.
Exactly. So to answer your question, I guess a woman can make a move. There's nothing wrong. Actually, we have a couple friend of ours that are married, have a kid, and they've actually been on the Love Talk show. And she asked him out. She said, listen, would you like to go out with me to the park and talk someday? You know, that was a bold move.
Yeah, I don't think there's nothing
wrong with it.
Yeah.
And they're married now, they have a child together. So the woman can make the move, but remember there's more than one way to make a move, right?
Yeah, I tell you what's bad. What's bad is for you to miss out on an opportunity. That's bad.
Yeah.
If you're already mature and you know what you want and you can clearly see the person likes you and you guys have lots in common, why don't you approach the person in a very, you know, there's many ways. Maybe you work together, maybe you meet at the same places, you know, there's ways of doing that.
What's not ideal is that the woman starts to compromise on her behavior in order to get the person's attention. That's not a good move.
Yes, definitely. I'm going to read the next question, and it says, how do you deal with decisions your husband makes that may be wrong, but you don't want to override their authority and judgment? That's a tricky one. I know what I do, but I can't really tell you what to do.
I get the feeling that you've been through this before.
I think we all do at some time or another. It's like this. There's always one who knows best about something than the other. So maybe I've had an experience with a particular thing that he hasn't. So I know a thing or two about it. So I know that his decision isn't the best one. So there is a way of you suggesting, not just telling him, listen, you are wrong, or her.
Because men don't like that very much, right?
No,
men don't like someone saying,
you know,
you're wrong.
Men, they like to always be right. It's just their nature. But let them be. We like them to be confident, don't we? So there is a way, you know, just like our previous question, there is a way of saying things. You know, never lose your posture as a wife, as a girlfriend. Don't do silly things. Just speak in a polite way and you will get it.
And of course, there's two extremes to this also. There's the guy who may be making an unpopular decision in his relationship once in a while. But then again, there's the guy who's immature, who, you know, makes very poor decisions all the time. Then you have a more serious problem. And if that's the case, then you need to sit down with him and say, listen, you know, this is a problem. We need to address this. Because if not, then you're going to be putting out fires all the time, because those decisions lead on to bigger problems. If it's something that happens once in a while, you know, perhaps your boyfriend, your husband, he's a guy that he likes to decide things and usually his decisions are great, then if it's once in a while, sometimes it's better to let him learn from experience, or maybe just like you said, Elena, just say something politely in the right way, and that will have a good effect. But if it's something that happens all the time, a bad judgment that he does all the time, then you do need to have a serious conversation and highlight that to him.
And if it's about something so simple as to, okay, the color of the sofas will be yellow, oh, but I want them white. You know, if it's something to do with a house, I want to buy a house in the north of England. No, but I want it to be in south of England. Then you guys need to come to an agreement.
That's a big
deal. But if it's something small, you know, something, you know, teacups and things, or what color will, you know, maybe you can just let him do his thing, and then next time you get your way, that's how it goes.
Absolutely. Next question. I'm going to read and answer this one, and Elena's going to help me. It says, I need to know if I'm paranoid or if there's really a reason for me not to trust my boyfriend. Every time I call him, he says his phone is on silent. He never lets me near his phone, and most times he goes away from me to take calls. Is this normal? Because he needs privacy, or could something be going on? I know what Elena thinks of this, and I think this. Do you really? And I think the same. But Elena is usually very direct with this one. But let me tell you this. You know, I don't really need privacy when I'm on the phone if I'm close to Elena, because whatever I talk about, there's nothing that she can't hear, and vice versa. You know, sometimes we may be in an environment where it's noisy and I might have to leave the room because of noise. That's normal. But never because of my phone ringing or a text arriving and hiding that. I don't need to do that. So let's just say that this is strange. The behavior of your boyfriend is strange. If you just started dating, you know, a couple of months, it's normal that there may be things he hasn't shared with you yet. So I would say it could be normal once in a while. But if you've been dating for a while and there shouldn't really be any secrets, if he's trying to hide his phone or take calls elsewhere, there could be a problem, right? Yeah,
there could be a big problem, actually. You know, it's like this. It depends. If you already have this, you look at him in a different way, like, oh, he behaves very suspiciously and you were betrayed in the past, and you have this thing about you that you always feel that people are out to get you or to betray you or something, then it might just be nothing. Maybe, because it's like this, when we are in doubt, when we don't really agree with someone or what they do, when we're just like suspicious, it's like anything looks like, oh, this is it, you see?
Or he's hiding something.
He's hiding something, and maybe it's not, but maybe it is. So, but please never accuse someone unless you are absolutely sure. And if you're not comfortable, even though you've spoken to the person and you've told him your concern, if you're still not clear or comfortable, just don't stay in that relationship. I mean,
we have to go. I mean, in these questions, in this program, usually the questions are quite short. We can only go by what we read there. And going by what you said, you know, it's certainly not a normal behavior. I wouldn't say you're paranoid. I would say you're probably onto something. And it's probably fair to question that relationship, maybe talk to the person. Because, listen, we speak to couples all the time who say, I need my privacy. I need, you know, but this is wrong. There is no privacy in a relationship. From the moment the moment I married Elena, the moment we lived in the same house together, what is there that is private between me and her? Nothing, right?
Bathroom times, yes.
Bathroom times, yeah, perhaps. But apart from that, phone calls, letters, emails, then there isn't anything private. So are you paranoid? I don't think so. I think there could be something there that you need to really look into.
Definitely. But if you still want more answers, maybe you still want to clarify something with us, you can always write to us on questions@lovetalkshow.tv, and we can even book an appointment and you can sit down with you and help you further in this matter.
And you know what? Every Saturday at 7 p.m. we do this live talk, which is called Love Talk Live. We do this meeting with hundreds of people where we talk about relationships, how to love intelligently. It's been helping a lot of singles, a lot of couples. You're welcome to come, and we want to invite you to see you there. This happens every week at the Rainbow Theatre in Finsbury Park. Now, if you'd like to send us questions, you can send us your questions to questions@lovetalkshow.tv. It's been a pleasure to be with you. Until next time, have a wonderful day.